Hi Pisces, I hope you're doing well. I wanted to do an extended reading for you. I've gone ahead and pulled your leader cards as well as done an aisle for love as well as career, family, and for self. Okay, and I'm just taking a look at the moon charts for the month. I did a special on the full moon, and I will be doing one on the new moon and all signs reading. Okay, they're very powerful. You have a lot of planets, especially considering that you had your Greek Hellenistic ruler Jupiter in your sign that retrograded back into your sign about to the 28th degree, all right, and is moving forward now and into Aries, and definitely will be by the 23rd. Okay, is quite significant, especially for your house of income and values. So you may see growth in those areas around that time as it dips back through Aries. It will enter Taurus this year, so it will not stay in Aries as long as like last year and this current cycle. It was in Aries for quite a while. So anyways, I'm just taking a look here. You guys may have either a spouse or a mother figure on your mind, some of you, especially with Juno appearing. And if you did feel lost in the sea, if you will, the Piscean Sea of the two fish, when Neptune was in retrograde, I would think that around the 3rd or afterwards that you would start feeling quite a bit of relief from that as it starts. I'm sorry, I'm just looking for I have a little post-it with my notes from that epidermis for the month on it. Anyways, I think it was the 3rd off the top of my head that Neptune started moving forward. It takes a little while because it's an outer planet, but now that's pretty much kicking in. So I feel as if you guys were lost at sea a little bit, something could be very dreamy too, especially if you are married. Something about your spouse may be dreamy and creative, or a spouse that you are trying to bring in. And you may have, had a character that came in that is marriage material for you in one way or another, or had delusions around a mother figure, spouse, or person in that role as well. If so, I think that those delusions would start to get better, after the 3rd. All right. But, for some of you, it really could bring up some issues of children, and or whether you have them or not, whether you want them or not, things of this nature, especially with the placement of Ceres as I see it, because I do find that Ceres is highly active with fertility issues, as well as sometimes breakups, and sometimes just children in general, and fertility in general. All right, can also come up with business as well. So if you've had any dichotomy between work and home, that can also be an issue around that time. All right, I do see new beginnings that'll probably take place around the 23rd in regards to that, if you haven't been experiencing it, although there is like there is a square in the sky between Ceres and latter Pisces and the sun and the moon. So something about the new beginnings that you want, and these new beginnings could come through outward networks. The 11th house, where Capricorn is going to be packed with planetary energy. It's got Mercury, Pluto, Venus, in the latter decans, and right at the front, right inside the early degrees of Capricorn for the new moon, we're going to have the sun and the moon. So that is a lot of energy, and it's usually blessings. However, something about the new blessings may conflict with your duties in these other areas for some reason, okay? Or you may have some sort of conflict, that's visible to the outside, all right? Now, they could also push you forward and challenge you in a way that is beneficial to you as well, okay? That does not mean that something about these new beginnings would be completely hurdle-free. And I do see you, it's funny because your pull today kind of showed up with some possibly some mother issues, and possibly some internal healing issues that you're working on as to your role as a spouse, or with someone else as a spouse. There is what's known as a finger of God that will be in the sky. I'll get into a full discussion on the 23rd as well. All right, because of some placements with the South Node. So there's like a very important focus on the past, and taking the evolving, you know, on a soul level here. And some of this may come on fast because of Uranus being in Taurus still and very close to the North Node. And it's actually nearly the midpoint between Chiron and Mars. And I see that as potentially very big, you know, in general, in terms of the new moon. Not in a bad way, good, but some things that have lingered too long in some areas may reach a breaking point, or you know, where healing can't occur, that you may break away from certain things that where there can't be healing in order to transition. Or, you know, there might be positive motion as well. Okay, it just depends on how it plays out in your charts, and I don't want to get into the new moon too much here in your regular extended reading, whatever this reading finds you. If it resonates, it's applicable. Insofar as the astrology, I will be discussing a lot of the heightened energies that happened in December, okay, and going forward from there. But when I'm looking at this energy towards the end of the month, there are a lot of sextiles with what's going on in latter Pisces to what's going on in Capricorn in your 11th house. And a lot of times the 11th house is known as the house of good luck or good spirit and fortune, you know, fortunate avenues that come in kind of from your exterior connections, all right? And sometimes those are unexpected, but with the beneficial sextiles that are running through latter Pisces, especially if you have a sun, moon, rising, I don't know if you're in here for your sun, moon, rising, in latter Pisces, it might be very beneficial to you guys, okay? There's also something reminiscent going on in your 9th house, all right? And there's something about something related to your career, and I don't know if it's a gift that you've carried forward from a long time, or you're contemplating that gift, or contemplating how to refocus that gift into other areas. But there's something about travel, and it may be travel of the mind and the past here, that is significant, okay, on an internal level here, all right? And for some of you, it may also have an external tinge to it, whether you're speaking out about something from the past, or you're having some sort of moment, and it may be while you're traveling. For some of you, it may be at school, it may be like something that you write, or something that you that is a manifesto to you, or a work project, or something of this sort that kind of has international ties to it, or an international feel, or a feel that's very familiar with the past here, that's of importance. Okay, in one way or another, that's coming to a head or wrapping up in one way or another, that is cause for healing or part of your healing, okay? And what else do I want to say here? You still have Saturn, which is pretty harsh, going through the 12th house, can literally lead you to a lot of confinement, you know, and sometimes you're just confined because you're working a lot, okay? But restrictions of the mind are something that is then kind of undergoing a transformation in duties. And some of you that are focused on therapy or anything like that, or inward healing or duties that you have, can also bring up things like that. Now, it can also bring up confinement and restrictions, sometimes even places of confinement like prisons, or hospitals and health facilities and things like that. So if you are a caretaker of any sort, you may work with people like that as well. I've also seen it show up that way, so I just want to mention it so I don't leave you guys out. Let's take a look at this tarot spread, okay, that I got today. All right, I'm using extended Lenormands at the top, and you got mortar and pestle, loons, church, compass, and broom. Okay, and I'm just gonna move this so that I see like that there's some sort of I feel like some of you guys own your own business, or are working with somebody at work that's a big boss, okay, if it's not you. But I think some of you may have some new beginning or opportunity to own your own business, or if you already own your own business, to expand on it, or maybe start some sort of side hustle. But if it's you starting the side hustle, then you may be extremely involved in it, okay? Now, some of you could be partners with a partner at work as well. Just to call these out, I have the Ace of Coins, the Emperor, the Four of Cups, the Knight of Swords, the Six of Coins, and no rain today. okay? In the family environment, I feel like there is some sort of new beginning here, okay? It could involve a father figure that you are in love with, or deciding to become a father figure yourself, or something like this, or some sort of patriarchal figure. Now, this could also embody a female. If so, this would be, you know, somebody that embodied a lot of Martian Aries energy, which right now could, you know, literally be a Gemini. You know, or because we have had Mars in Gemini for so long, or anybody else with a heavy Mars or Martian-like presence about them, okay? You know, the Emperor is sometimes related to Aries, but more than that, it's related to Mars, okay? Action, energy, courage, bravery, authoritarianism, but when the Emperor is healthy, in a very healthy way. So, you know, there's some sort of new beginning here with that, all right? And the message is to persevere, that you can do whatever, you know, you set your mind to. Here is, you know, insofar as rain, you know, versus, you know, sunshine, okay? And if there's somebody that was left you feeling rejected, or there's something going on with the family collective, or some sort of dogma, all right, which can also come up with ninth house issues, somebody from the past and or old related family dogma in some way or another, maybe a challenge for you in your family or your extended family right now, or in your personal life in one way or another. But I see a new beginning with that, and I feel like you are creating your own way in regards to that, okay? For me to have this Knight of Swords here with this Six of Coins, it does show that there's going to be some healthy give and take, and maybe there was not previously in a relationship, okay, on a family level here, where leaving you feeling unfulfilled or rejected, or in one way or another, and or you need to reject somebody else. And if so, you may do this rather swiftly. You may communicate this rather swiftly, or somebody else may take some sort of action, all right? And there's something about you making a plan and understanding the higher meaning of it, okay? And for some reason, I feel like this has to do with balance of give and take in these relationships, okay? And that you need to fight for that if you need to fight for that, all right? And then again, you know, not engage where you don't need to engage your time and energy, okay? Give me this, and then in the second aisle, all right, which is love, I see change here. And what's interesting about this is I'm using a deck of cards that has a specialty card in it, only one, and it's one of my favorite cards, and not many, some decks do this, but this deck has a card called the Fountain, and the Fountain came out here, but it came out in reverse. So I feel as if you were closed off to exterior environments, or letting somebody in from the outside, some of you may literally just be going through some sort of change in your love life here, okay, where you're putting in more dedication and more investment, whether you're single or together, all right, in your love life, okay. Some of you could be making a decision in regards to that, okay, whether to invest. You may have somebody come along that wants to invest in you, or you into somebody else, all right. And I do see like kind of a non-fuck around vibe here. I mean, the Knight of Coins is a very reliable knight, so insofar as like me saying that if you're single it's marriage material, no, not necessarily, but it's definitely reliable dating or mates, okay? And you may make a decision to rededicate yourself in one way or another to that, okay? I do see some sadness here connected with love of the past or present here, because there's a Five of Cups here, and this is falling along the this aisle here, and it's like I feel like this is tangible. I feel like some of you guys have either a father or a baby daddy or something here in the past here, whether it's your father or some other figure here. Could be a Gemini, a Libra, or Aquarius, that you've had to practice a good bit of patience with, that, you know, there was a feeling of sadness in regards to, in one way or another, okay, that you're holding on, and I don't know if it's because you're not expressing it, or there was just some weird thing that you had to silence yourself for some other reason, maybe because you're not with that person anymore and you have no intentions of being with that person, but there's something else here creeping in the past that is sad for you, okay? And I see that maybe this had something to do, yeah, I feel like some of you have been closed off to opening yourself up to new love, possibly because of something that happened, all right, you know, with like, I don't know, I feel like you're on the fence. I feel like you do want to try new love, but, or reinvesting in the love you're with. Now, somebody, if you are coupled, may have had some sort of apology about lying to you about something that comes up, all right, in which you have some sort of new beginning. Now, some of you, somebody may be lying to you about wanting a new beginning as well, if you have somebody else come back around or something of this sort. I feel like somebody made a bad decision here. Again, it could have been an air sign, or it could have been somebody that was an Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. But if there wasn't a bad decision, it's like there's something about your healing for your ultimate security at home, because I have a 10 of Pentacles here that was delayed in some instance, and maybe you put your self on a hiatus or something from love because you were dedicated to work and security in your own being and at home. But this does have a very much family vibe to it. For me to see the star here is very healing, very healing. But there may be something, I feel like, you know, there is a healing of prior sadness here, okay, when it came to a family situation that for whatever reason affected your love life. So that could be because you've been through a divorce, or you've had children before, or something of this sort, okay? But I see you coming out of a place of punishing yourself over decisions or what to do about something or someone, okay? And I do see you moving forward to fix some things, all right? And maybe some celebrations, okay? That you may have, somebody may have been dating somebody that put them in a third party, or somebody may have somebody may have had a lot of codependent and addictive behaviors that you were involved with, okay, that affected your love life, or you have tried to reset yourself to only attract what you want, because I see like you vibing at this high vibe here and not really wanting anything dysfunctional and when it comes to love, okay? And I see you trying here, but there is also like this feeling of being stuck on something here, okay? Making a decision about, feeling stuck about whether to invest or not. And maybe somebody, if some of you have been contemplating litigation, I'm sorry if you have in your love life, that wouldn't be a good sign. But if some of you have been contemplating litigation, or let's say you went through some bad breakup or something like this, that you took yourself out of, or are contemplating taking yourself out of, I feel like there is some freedom there. You know, but I feel like these things are very heavily on your mind for one reason or another. I do show here that if you are contemplating a decision about whether to do something, I feel like you come out of that decision and decide to invest in something. And for some of you, that investment may be in an attorney, sorry to say that, okay, on something, because I feel like there's been something that's been unfair here, or something like this. Now, at the same time, I feel like if you've been fighting with your spouse, that can kind of take a turnaround to reinvest into the relationship if you've been fighting with your spouse or somebody you're in a significant commitment with, okay? And I think for some of you, it's just deciding to invest in dating or a new relationship again, which is also very healing for you, okay? All right, and some of you may have not even been saying, like, if you're single and you've been single for a while or something, or were waiting because of some I don't know, some messed up stuff from the past or something that, you know, and a focus on your home and family, all right, that there's something may have been like lying to yourself that you're interested in love again. Some of you may. Some of you may have been hiding a crush as well, okay? Or some sort of attraction to somebody as well, okay? Let me see. Some of you may be hiding the fact that you have a crush on somebody. That's funny. Yeah, I'm getting the Fool and the Ace of Wands. Reverse. Some of you guys may have been like celibate. Okay, now for some of you that are coupled, and I am, you know, this is not a divisive single or troubled in love, so I try and hit you both if I do see both. And I do see for the possibility of somebody may have had an affair here that was stupid. Sorry, stupid. If so, and I'm not sure if that was you or somebody else, there may have been like some sort of fear or lying about it or something like this. And for some of you, if you've been in a relationship that you just feel like has had it, sorry to say, that's just had it, where you're feeling lackluster and you have no desire for that person anymore and there's no wish fulfillment, you may be lying about your interest in either in having a new love, okay? And that might be entirely good because it's like you're not seeking it out now and maybe you're looking to cut something off, you know, before you start something new. But hold on a second. This is getting kind of crazy here. Give me this Page of Cups here. But I see some of you like really wanting new love. Yeah. Some of you, it could be with a earth sign. Okay. Some of you may really want to work on something like making an apology to an earth sign or something like this, but feel like it's too late. So for some of you, you may, okay? And for others of you, if you held out on having like a family, domesticated family environment where there was like children, whether you have them or not, you may have held out on that, okay? And I see big change coming here as to that. Like a letting go maturity-wise so that you can chase what you want in love department without feeling fearful about external things. I know that sounds weird, but that's just kind of how it's popping up, all right? That's kind of how it's popping up. Okay, I'm gonna go back and look at it in a second, but I want to get further down this. Let me pull a different deck just in case I have repeaters. That's kind of important to me. I feel like you're going to be making a decision to invest, and for some of you, it may be like in a new relationship. So if you meet somebody within the next 30 days that you're truly interested in, and kind of put yourself out there, I feel like if you do get engaged in another relationship, that you're kind of interested in having somewhat of a committed relationship, like you're not just interested in playing the field. Okay. What is this right here? What is this? At work, I feel like some of you guys may have been waiting for some sort of word here, either from an air sign, again, or possibly for something to do with work that you have really dedicated a lot of intelligence to and a lot of your brain power to, okay? Significantly, like something that you may, like say you've been working in a field for a long time and you are unsure, like you haven't hit your pinnacle of success yet or your goals. There's something here about you being patient in regards to that because it's like coming through. Okay, I do see some of you may work at home. Okay, strongly sense that maybe like you commute at home or work at home. Others of you may have some travel coming up and some celebrations coming up. I do feel like if you're patient just a little bit longer, that there is something that's going to, I don't want to say cure your sadness, but be kind of healing for your sadness here on a career front. All right, and I feel like there's going to be cause for celebration and possibly some a wish fulfillment here on a work front coming up. All right, I mean, I see a lot of joy and happiness when it comes to that. Okay, quite a bit. like, and it may be unexpected. Like there may be a party that you need to attend to for work that winds up being amazing, or something like this, or some sort of like fast blow up, or like, let's say you've been working for a very long time and you may go up several rungs at once, success wise. Okay. Hold on a second. Others of you may have somebody that either masculine figures or boss-like figures at work that you're also dealing with, or that come along. All right. Possibly two, or possibly somebody with a little bit of, again, I'm getting strong vibes that some of you own your own business. Some of you may have somebody that's like a Virgo with a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra moon, or vice versa, something like this. All right. And for whatever reason, this person may come along at work. Okay. Or you may already be working with this individual. Okay. Now, if you are this individual, I definitely see that you've been a little bit emotional and sad about something here at work, and I feel like it's just waiting for something to come through that you've been working on and that you're a virtual expert at for quite a while. Now, it may be because you know, waiting to raise your rates on something or something of this sort. Okay. And I feel like there is some news here, or a fast, like, kind of leap ahead here, coming along, if this is resonating for you, that is a wish fulfillment of some kind. Okay. I'm getting a lot of strong, you know, hang on a second. I feel like some of you may really work with some really, really high up people, either corporately or at your own business. Okay. And again, I feel like some of you own your own business, or really want to move ahead and may have a lot of contact with higher ups, CEOs, top C-level executives this month, if you are with a corporation. Okay. And I feel like something that you've been working on that you've wanted for a very long time is going to come about, and like, it's a wish fulfillment. And I do think you were working on it for a very long time. A very long time. Okay. Some of you may have, I hate to say some of you may meet somebody at work, but some of you may meet somebody at work, and if you do meet somebody at work, it may be while you're traveling. And there may be somebody that you met through work, if you are single, that like you were highly attracted to. He could have had fire, he or she could have had fire in their chart. And I feel like this person's going to be positive for you if you run into this person. Okay. Either on a major creative front. Okay. And it's going to allow you to move towards, you know, calmer waters here. All right. And I feel like you have a lot of protection for this. Okay. And also a lot of joy and happiness to come with career, because you held on a little bit longer. Okay. I also feel like if you do work at home, like your home and your work environment is kind of like your castle. You're doing all you can to set up, if you need extra tech or something like this, you may be doing something like that. Okay. You may be like investing in your home office. Okay. Let me just pull a different deck here. How you doing, Pisces? I filmed like 6 or 7 singled and troubled in love the other day, and I don't know what happened to my computer. I had to like update my software and a whole bunch of stuff, and now it's not reading my card, and it's not reading my camera right on everything that I filmed the past couple days, which I've tried to fix for about 2 days. So I'm filming this one, and hopefully this one will load, and I'm gonna still try and figure out how I can try and get those others loaded, because they're there. They're on my card, so it's very frustrating. Here on this self-care aisle, I feel like you guys are, what's funny about the self-care aisle is you popped out with 2 cards here for one of your leader lanes, and it was empathy and health came out in reverse. Pisces is like the ultimate empath. okay? If you're plugged into your Piscean energy, you are the ultimate empath. You have an ability, you're very sensitive to your environment, especially if you are a rising sign or a moon sign. You know, you can be very vulnerable to environments around you, what you expose yourself to, what you have to deal with. And I feel as if something very, very difficult, and I feel like it goes back to these issues up here. It felt like there were blocks, not to do with you, of embodying some sort of Empress-like role, okay? And for others of you, I feel like you've been really working on cleaning this up. Now, for those of you that have lost a mother figure or have had issues with a mother figure, I feel like it's affected you at a core level that you've been dealing with or processing in one way or another. That's pretty heavy. And I see you walking away from that. I feel like, but there's something about how much you loved this person, or how much you cared for this person, or how much you had empathy for somebody's situation here. That even though what they were doing was unhealthy, cruel, mean, or unusual to you, and this could have been a Libra or a Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising as well, because I have the Empress here in reverse, okay? I have the Star here in reverse. Just to call these out, I have the Eight of Cups in reverse, the Four of Coins, the Queen of Swords in the upright, the Star in the reverse, the Empress in the reverse, and the Sea Witch, which I think is you. But these are very heavy vibes, and there was something here that couldn't be healed on the inside out, and I feel like it's because you were tearing yourself up about something, and I feel like it had to do with either somebody you were heavily involved with, possibly with Libra or Taurus, or a mother figure of some kind, okay? And it may have to be doing with like something about letting go of that person. So it could have been something insofar as a loss of that person, but I feel like there was something, you know, toxic here in the past. And again, some of you could have faced the loss of a mother, and that may have affected your health, okay? And I feel like you're coming out of that. I feel like there was something here that made your soul hurt. I'm sorry. I'm popping with a Queen of Rods here as well with this and Temperance. Some of you, hang on a second. This is pretty crazy. I don't want to speak on this too soon, because this is one of two detailed reads that I do for you guys. I alternate the way I do them when I do them. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of sadness here. Something you're holding on to, okay, about a decision, okay? And like really speaking out on, you know, some of you, I feel like some of you are communicators as a living. Some of you could be in the legal field and or very intelligent, respected, and or paid for your advice or opinion on things, okay? And I feel like if that's true, maybe some of you have failed to, you know, had a hard time deciding whether to walk away to some old pain that you were clinging on here that affected your health, okay? And I feel like it's like a soul pain. I mean, it's very deep, okay? Now, I see that, I feel like somebody is... that you're moving away from anything unhealthy. If there was anything unhealthy, I see you doing that very, very quickly, okay? There may be some sort of opportunity here, again, to travel that becomes very important, okay, on development of your internal self-worth. And I feel like whatever this is, you're fully aware of it, but that just makes like the soul pain of something that you realize you're working on internally harder in one way or another, all right? For some of you, I do see that, hold on. Give me this. For some of you, I feel like somebody you were holding on to, now this could have been a previous mate or an idea of a contract or a friendship related to a previous mate that you lost or that fell through, or that you held on to the idea of healing something with somebody and it's just not healed or didn't work. Okay, I see you like sweeping this shit out. You know, this stagnancy, if there was any, okay? I see you sweeping it out, okay? Now, I feel like some of you feel like abandoned from your mother, maybe, all right? Sorry. And I feel like some of you may want to extend a apology to somebody, okay? That person could have Earth in their chart. Again, I'm getting a Queen of Pentacles here, all right? But this person could have been a spouse or a mother figure, all right? But I feel like there is, if you, hang on a second. Yeah, if you lost your mother, you may just like be thinking about her a lot, as well as some pain from the past or things like this. And I feel like something going on where you were waiting for a contract you've realized has affected other decisions that you've made in your life. You know, maybe you didn't go after everything you wanted in your life. Maybe you had too much empathy for certain people to the point where it harmed yourself by not speaking up. I feel like there's some sort of internal look or realization and work on these issues here that's really strong. And I see you moving in a very quick place, if that's true, towards something greater with a lot of passion, all right? Very intelligibly, you know. And if, for those of you that have been in therapy, I feel like that you're going to have big progress very quickly as well, whether that's internal shadow work, mirror work, whatever the hell it is here. It's all over this. It's all over this. All over this. All over this. Now, hang on one second. Some of you could have somebody come back around that tries to make an apology to you, and you're going to have to make your own judgment as to what you want to do as to that, okay? But I am getting here with this Empress and this Five of Pentacles, Page of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, that this is somebody's child that felt abandoned, and that's why I think it's you. Because Page of Cups, you know, it could be, you know, related to, it could be related to creativity and things of this sort. But just on top of this Empress, I feel like there was a cutoff either from somebody where there was an apology that should have happened that didn't happen, or there was a feeling of being left out in the cold or abandoned or rejected. And I feel like you've sweeping through all those things. Very much so. You know, in order to receive your blessings, okay? I do not feel like you're defining yourself by what happened to you in the past here, and I do feel like some of this is past, okay? And some of it may be in the way that, you know, you see yourself or your abilities or something of this sort. I see you coming out of that, okay? It is possible that, again, I feel like it is possible that that whatever happens really quickly. Like, again, if you're doing some sort of internal work, I feel like, you know, you cut through the bullshit quick. And I also see some of this could go back to family values, some of it religion, political, you know, fights or something like this, or just, you know, some sort of bullshit with dogma here and some bullshit that you've faced. I see you like moving away from that shit at a very quick pace, if you have, for your own health. For your own health, okay? And I feel like there is a decision here in letting go of some things that it brings you sadness. Like, it makes you sad that this person can't grow or something to this effect. However, it's held you down long enough, okay? If that person is super close to you and can't grow, then obviously you need sufficient boundaries or something of this sort, okay? If some of you lost a mother, that person may have been, had fire in their chart, okay? Others of you could have somebody that had a fire Venus placement and or Libra or Taurus in their chart. That's kind of watching over you or something like this, okay? That's, you know, really giving you a lot of help and guidance here about what to walk away from and what to walk towards. Okay? If that's resonating, then that's going to, like, you're gonna, you know, it's gonna hit. There won't be any questions. You won't be confused about that, okay? I just want to pull a couple up here real quick. Give me this Ace of Pentacles. Some of you could be considering a move, considering buying someplace, somewhere else, something like this. I can't even believe I'm saying that. Considering a move, okay? Or have a new beginning. Again, this new beginning could be with family, especially things that were a really heavy burden. There may be new opportunities with family or on the family front for a new beginning here, something that's tangible, something may come through, okay, that is somewhat tangible. Now that could just be restabilization of your life here on a family front, okay, and if you felt alone, there may be some new opportunities or people coming in that, you know, I don't know, like if you felt like, oh, I'm going to be alone forever or something like this, you're not. Give me this Emperor. I'm feeling like, you know, some of you guys, I feel like, you know, there may be, some sort of weight on a reconciliation here with something that happened in the family, or a father figure. Now this could be you, but again, I see like a brand new beginning on that front. I'm getting a lot of heavy Leo or fire energy with this once again. Again, I'm feeling like there was a split up in the family or something like this, and this could be in your nuclear family when you were young, like there was a divorce, okay, between your parents, okay? Split up of the family unit, a lot of old pain from that, feelings of breakoffs with family, and I feel like you are, I feel like you're speeding all past these things. I don't feel like they're a problem, but I feel like they're on your mind. Okay, I don't know if that's because you have to see somebody over the holiday or something of this sort. Could be. Okay, now, again, I see you having the patience and a lot of joy to do this or to handle this, and I feel like if this is, whoa, this is so much action here. Again, I feel like somebody may be taking some action in the family. It could be you. Towards all, I feel like all you want is like family happiness is more important to you than family wealth. Okay, I feel like there's something going through your bones, your body, your mind, your heart right now that's like happiness is more important than wealth. Okay, and I feel like, I don't know if that's because somebody shit on you, could be, or because you didn't have that in your home environment when you were younger, but I feel like that is, you know, your true north, okay, so to speak, okay, and that you are on a path to find that, okay, with your family, with your everyday happiness, something of this sort, okay. Now, some of you, again, I'm getting a lot of like air and fire. I don't know if like there's siblings here that are of air or fire, sun, moon, rising. There could be. Okay. Hold on one second. It could be, but again, I see this as like a lot of action, and it may be swift action. Okay, that's taken towards you, towards like family harmony and happiness, or you just having these things in your mind, and that's all that you're going to chase or let in or feed on a family front, extended family front as well. Okay, give me the 6 of coins. I feel like something's coming in here again that you manifested, or if you, again, sorry about that. I feel like there's some sense of justice and equal give and take here that's coming in on a family front. So I feel like it's what you needed for a long time. And for some of you that may be, you know, keeping your distance around the holidays from certain people or something like this. Like there's something about nobody's going to take your joy. No one's going to take your joy away from you on a family front of what you want. Something of this sort, okay? Again, I'm getting some like Libra energy as well as some Gemini energy here. Could also be Virgo. Magician is highly tied to Virgo as well as Gemini. But I feel like there may have been news delayed of some sort of, you know, give and take. I don't know what it's about, you know, on a family front that was uneven, but justice is here. you know, and I feel as if, hold on, give me the Princess of Wands. I'm getting, some of you may have had somebody that was immature, could have been a fire sign, all right, that did something kind of nasty here, that you're like healing from, okay? Others of you could have just had some news that was delayed, and now you get justice in something. It's like bittersweet, okay? On a family front, that would make sense if some of you have been through a divorce or something like this, or something deceptive, or somebody did something to break your heart, or has been incredibly vindictive in one sort or way or another. Sorry if that happened. But I feel like justice is coming in on that situation, and I'm not sure if somebody like hit it, or, you know, people can just see it for what it is, but balance is restored here, okay, in some things, okay? And I feel like you have undergone some sort of like full makeover here, okay? Again, sorry. Some of you may have an ex that has Libra in their chart. That was a father figure that was a real asshole. Sorry if that happened. That I don't know if that, you know, that could have been in your nuclear unit at home when you were young, or somebody that you actually broke apart from, that you had children with, okay? Somebody may have purposely delayed something that you used to have a foundation, or screwed up your foundation, or somehow, okay? But I don't like to see this Emperor like out of whack like this, okay? And I do show that like there is, you know, again, like I said, family is a priority to you, or having some sort of happy family life is a priority to you. So even if you are single, I see you really honing in on what kind of mate you want. That fulfills you on an emotional level, so that you don't repeat certain things like this. So I feel like the Pisces that this is showing up for is completely aware of what I'm discussing right now, okay? I want one more thing. I want this Tower. I feel like if you shut your mouth on something too long, I see like there may be a Scorpio here that comes in to help you. Now, some of you could have some sort of person here that that again was like behaving, you know, that you're kind of like blowing the top on, unruly behavior here, okay, to break away from any bondage with this person. And if you were waiting to break away from that bondage, I don't see you doing it for long, okay? Others of you may just need to rest. If you burn yourself out, you're going to need to rest, okay? You're really going to need to rest. If somebody new comes in on the love sphere, this person, you know, or with work, you could get like a big contract quick. I already said that about work, that something may happen fast, or like several steps up, like rather than like a promotion up one level, you get a promotion up 2 levels, or something of this sort here. What is this King, what is this Devil? I feel like you may have to make a decision quickly, or pop on it quickly, and I feel like you're going to want to. Okay? I feel like you're going to want to, if that's the case, and it comes to work. I feel like there may be like some negotiation period where somebody really wants you for a position, okay? If that's the case, all right? This person may be a Scorpio, all right? Or have some Capricorn placements, okay? But if you needed like crowdfunding or something of this sort, but I see very, again, emotionally happy. Some of you literally could be in therapy or some sort of advisory role where you get a lot of benefit from helping people, or helping your clients in some way or something like this, okay? However, you know, you deal with people is like, could be very positive for you, okay? And reap material reward and or a contract of some sort, okay? And somebody really may want you to enter a contract, Okay, and I'm doing this for thousands of you at a time, so I'm not going to advise on that because I would have to pull a full nother spread, and I don't want to push any of you guys out of this particular reading. But go with your heart and your gut. Whatever it is, I feel like you've been waiting for it for a long time. So I don't think it's going to be something that you're going to be like, oh, I don't know what to do. I think you're going to be like excited. Okay, that's all I have for you, Pisces. I will see you guys for your new moon reading. All right, have a lovely holiday.